Morning, everybody. Jeff from Rust Bucket Valley Garage this morning. We did something exciting this morning. We finally installed the grill. We've been waiting to do this for a little while till everything was correct and everything was right. Fits right in. We used high bond 3M tape to put the lettering back on, and we made guides out of tape to get it centered. Got it right on there, and the grill just snaps in. Had to take and put the connectors for the running lights on, and went right in. But that's not the reason I wanted to talk to you this morning. The real reason I wanted to talk to you this morning about correcting a couple of the atrocities that we had on this vehicle. One of them was this spare tire thing. It was hanging on the back of the tailgate, and that's the third brake light. California here, it's law. You got to have a third brake light. So they came up with that many years ago. So that's why the third brake light's on there. This license plate bracket and license plate light. This little thing would hang about right here, and you see how far it hangs over, and it just wrecks our departure angle. So we wanted to take and tuck that in. So we wanted to move it, and we also wanted to put the spare tire inside. So we haven't made brackets to take and do that yet. What we have been working on this morning is getting where we did the body work in the center, and we sealed up that big hole that was in the back of the tail light or tailgate. We wanted to take and move everything into the middle, and it'll be way inboard of the departure angle, so it won't get torn off or damaged or anything. So we needed third brake light, which we got that mocked up here, and then we have the license plate light, and then we have an old license plate that was hanging around the shop for about 10 years. So what we did is we had a couple of considerations when we did this. First, we take and set out some lines using tape so that we would have everything centered on the tailgate, and it aesthetically it would look centered. Okay, we put the license plate down low. The license plate light right here is centered over the license plate. To hold the license plate on, what we're going to do is we're going to put two nut inserts in this area here and this area here to take and hold the license plate on. And we're also going to take and put a rubber backing on the back of the license plate to keep it from tearing up the paint. We went to Speedway Motors, and not a sponsor, really like their stuff, used a lot of their stuff on the Bucket T, and they have just phenomenal service. We really like them, we use them. They gave us a third brake light, which is going to be right here, and then a license plate light with a frame on it, and we took the frame off, and you just unscrew it from the back. And we have everything pretty well lined up the way we want it. We want to take and stare at it a little bit and see if it's exactly what we want. But right now, except for the Louisiana license plate, we are California compliant. So one thing that we had to take and keep in mind was that on the inside of the vehicle, there is a trough right here with an access hole and a trough right here, and there's a trim piece that snaps on there for you to take and run your wire. Okay, it's very important. You don't want any gross wires hanging on the back door. Make it look very, very tacky after you've done such a very fine job. We have a little bit of access here, but we laid everything out so that the wires to these two lights can be fished from this area, and it's absolutely no problem at all. So, and then the bolt holes that we'll have to drill in here will actually be under this plate that takes and goes in here. We have the wiring harness here that we pulled out of the door. We have the wiring harness here that was in the third brake light, so we can take and use all those wires and connectors and everything. We will have to run one more wire because the wiring harness come over was for the third brake light, and remember that the license plate light was over here and it was run off of this tail light right here. So we disconnected that and capped off the wiring, and then we took and we're going to be moving that. So what we'll do is we'll put one more wire in this wiring loom, and we'll run that for the license plate light. But as I said, we're going to stare at this for a little while, and we're going to make sure that everything's lined up, everything's the way we want it, and you know, aesthetically it'll be okay. Exciting news, we have the front bumper on order. Ought to be here in a couple of days. We went with Extreme Terrain again, not a sponsor. They had a front bumper that we really liked. It's got a place for a nice winch, so we are still looking for a winch. So we haven't quite determined which one that's going to be, but we'll have a full video on installing that, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. We're going to take and stare at this a little bit, and probably have some lunch, and then come out and drill some holes and do some wiring. Okay? Thank you very much for all your likes and your comments, and subscribing to the channel. We love y'all. Hope I've given you some real good information, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Please subscribe and hit the notification button. You will be the first one to know when we do something new. Have a great day.